Hello folks, and welcome to a new game for us. This is called Vectorio. This is a addition to a game that's called Vectorio Classic at this point that was never finished, and the developer is now working on Vectorio, the full one. You can see it's still in early access up here. We're going to go through and play it. I actually really dig parts of this game. There's a little confusion with some things, but I really dig it and I like playing it. So we're going to see what's going on here. We're just going to create a world here, and we'll see what exactly happens. Just a quick warning here. This game does have epilepsy warnings at the beginning. I haven't seen anything like that in my hours of playing this, but just know that that's a thing out there. So if you have problems with that, this video might not be for you. I'm not going to go through the tutorial here because we don't need that. So I'm going to actually, there really is no pause in this game. Your basic idea here is you have to decrypt different areas, and you can see there's maps that go on forever. All of these different colors are different resources, and our job is to collect them and do things with them. So to start off with, we're going to be able to grab this guy here, which is a collector. We can choose where they go, and then we have these guys here, which allow us to go through and store things, or excuse me, collect the things. And then we have this guy, and we have to customize routes. Say, all right, so this is going to be a drone. It's input. Then I'll hit Q, and that will be where its output is. Finish its selection, and he's going to go through and collect all the coins that pop up in this one. These are all planned in the future. You can see how they're a little glitchy, and the reason for that is we don't have the resources to build them right now. They cost 10 gold coins to do that. Right now, we have 1 with a potential storage of up to 50. So we have to go through and get these guys kind of established. And then once we have that done, we're going to be able to do a whole lot more here. We also have research. So we can go in and you can see that we have a repeater, which is a defensive weapon that we don't have yet. And then we also have down here number 3, which is a basic lab, which allows us to do the research. Right now, we just need to collect some more coins so that we can actually, be successful. And then once we have that, we'll be able to move forward. But taking a look around, you can see there's different resources, and you have to actually unlock them. So there's like, these are hive bases, so these are bad guys. So we can get rid of them eventually. We have these guys up here, which are crystalite. That's the second resource that you unlock. This one is gold, and then we have this guy, which is essence. And then we have enemy bases. Even though this isn't really a base, is an outpost. But you can see that they are going through. They have 4 of these collecting on that area, and we can see that we have different weapons and all kinds of stuff. When you these are walls, these red things. When you hover over these, you can see the range that they have. So these guys here have significantly bigger range than something like that. But we're doing our job here. We're collecting the things that we need to collect. I'm going to build 1 more of these because we can afford it right now. And we're going to, again, collect from there and distribute there. We'll finish our selection. Oops, I forgot to select that. There we go. Okay, so we can do that, and now we can build on some more of these because we want to make sure we can maximize and get as many coins as possible out of this as quickly as possible. The coins seem to generate roughly around the same time. I don't know if there's actually like a area here. So a couple other things we need to take a look at. If you see, there's a heat level. So the more you build, the hotter your base is. It generates heat, and more heat attracts more enemies. We also have power, and then we need to be able to go ahead and get 100% of the region completed, which we most definitely do not have right now. So we're going to go in and build a research facility at this point, and we're going to build another one of these because what we're going to have to do is say this storage area is now going to be where we pick stuff up, and we're going to drop it off at this area here. And then we can go into research and say, hey, hit R. What do we want to research? Well, a repeater is what we want. And you can see we have bad guys on the way in at this point. And our basic base has 4 weapons to defend ourselves with, but it's not a lot. So let's go back in here. Let's get a wall researched, and then we have to go in inventory. Unfortunately, there's not a button for inventory. You can drag stuff down, but there's not actually like a button for it, which is kind of a bummer. And we're just going to try to set up a few basic defensive areas, especially for our main things. You can see these require 150 gold, so it's going to be a while till we got 1 built, but it's going to be a little while until we get others built, especially as we're using resources to generate our research. We're also going to go in and expand out this gold production, and eventually we're going to be able to expand to get over to other areas because we most definitely need to do that. But right now, we're just doing the basics and getting some of this stuff set up. So let's go say we want to expand this out a little bit more. And then what we can do is customize those roots and make that a bigger output area. And we'll do the same thing with this one. You can see that these repeaters now have much bigger weapons. I dig the art style of this game. This neon kind of... these are bolder colors. They're bold but muted. Like when these things fire, they're like these neon colors when they get exploded. But the main areas that we own are kind of muted a bit, and then you can see that they get to be brighter, which I dig. I like the setup of it. All right. If you heard that little beep, that's this game autosaves every so often. It gives you a little visual indication when it does, an audio one there. See the different colors? It's super fun. And we're running 6 power right now out of 100 of our capacity. Eventually, we'll be able to research and unlock more stuff. But like most games in this kind of general idea of you have a base, defend it, and expand to get your resources, things kind of unfold a little slowly at the beginning, and then they kind of speed up a bit as we get more into this. So hopefully we'll be able to go in and dedicate some more cash to these guys, and then we can get some more of our guys here. And you can see that these guys got attacked. So we are going to need to provide some defense for that. But in order to do that, we really need to have better or more income. So that's why we're building this one right now, because we need more income to do more stuff with. All right, and then we're going to put some stuff out here. I like to go every 4. I don't know if that is useful or not. And we just got walls, which we won't need for a little while, I don't think. But it's nice to know that they're there if we need them. All right, and we're doing our job here. You can see that we do have a nice little line here of materials. And let's go over into research and see what we have. So we have reclaimers, which is going to be 80 gold. You can see that we have the shotgunner, which is going to be 250 gold, but also crystalite. And then we have burst trap or burst mine. So we're going to get the reclaimer going because it's not very expensive. And it should work out for us. And you can see this one is not built. It's glitching out. It's kind of lighter in color, but everything else here is built. So we're doing our job, and hopefully we'll be able to unlock that thing. You just have to basically have enough stuff built up that you can unlock it, or decrypt it, should I say, which we most definitely do not yet. But we are slowly but surely doing the work. And you notice we're not really protecting up here at all because we don't have anything built up there. This thing will be able to defend all of that with no problem. And eventually we'll get longer range, better range weapons that we can do stuff with. But right now we're just kind of hopefully going in and gathering up resources. And our next area of resources is going to be one of 2 things. We need to go over here and get more gold, or once we unlock this, there's huge area of crystalite up here that would be really nice to have. But we have to decide what we're doing here a little longer term. Oh, and we are full on that front. So let's go ahead in and add on some additional stuff here. So I just want to make sure that we have all of this fully set up. Cool. And the reason for this is I just want to make sure that we have capacity. See, our capacity is up to 700, 750, like it's moving up right now, which is what we want. All right, so it's going to be a new resource is 120, and that's the crystalite, and unlock some new tech. So we have these, which I don't know what they do yet, but we'll find out. And we'll figure out exactly what's going on here. But you can see that we are slowly but surely ramping up our cash reserves, and we're looking good right now. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. There we go. All right, the entire bottom of that base is well protected at this point, and we don't really need to worry about anything up here. This guy's actually doing a great job of knocking out anything that's come from there, and then these guys will be able to handle that stuff. As we zoom out, you can see where the bad guys are coming. So the little dots there are the bad guys. We have 2 pseudo enemy bases near us. We have several hives that we need to take care of, and then we have these region boosters out here and a quantum decryptor. There's like tons and tons of stuff. There's also more resources that we haven't even had a chance to explore yet. Like we have this guy, What else we have here? We have these guys over here, which we can actually make, but we'll go over that. Probably not in this video, but down the road here. The only thing I really don't like is there's no fast scrolling. Like I can't do anything with the map to get places. I can't even like click on it to go anywhere. It is what it is. Again, this one, I'm recording this video before the 0.2 version is out. It's supposed to come out at the end of July, and I know this is early August, but I recorded it before the end of July, just because that's when I had time to do it. So the 0.2 may change how this game's set up and some of the things. I'm just not a big fan of going in and playing a lot of the kind of beta versions of games before they really have a chance to go, especially since it's already an early access game. I don't think it's a good idea to go in and play the branches of experimental stuff. I don't want to do that. But our crystalite is almost done. It's at 99%. There we go. So we got our unlock there. Let's go back to research now. You can see that all of our research now requires that we have these other things. So let's go over to our inventory and take a look. In our defenses, we have basic turrets, advanced turrets, ammo, wall traps, and other defenses. So we have walls, have those. If we go over to logistics, we have our storage, we have drones, resource crafters, heat and power, and other logistics. So really don't have a lot there. Units, we don't have any units right now, but you can see there's guardians, kind of like Miner's Tree. And then over here we have tile claimers. So we got a reclaimer. And what a reclaimer does, it costs 350 gold, but it allows us to set this up so that we can now start branching out and building towards other areas. So if I want to, I can do something like that. And we're just going to provide some basic defense for these. You can see it's going to go attack that now because there's nothing there stopping it. But hopefully we'll get the fences set up here shortly, and that will cover all of their possible problem areas. This is another reason why it's good to have a big buildup of resources, because you can see we have only 1 of 1,000 available to us right now. We're getting there, but we definitely need more. So we have another 150 here, and we have another 350 there, and then we're going to start mining this area up. All right, so that guy's all covered. And we're just waiting on 350. And we can't do any research right now because it all requires that we have crystalite. So we're kind of stuck right now with that. And we could begin decryption. We're going to go over what that means here in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and continue going through and making sure that we have this area set. Beautiful. And now we're going to collect some resources. And we're going to set up a nice little storage area, let's say over here. So we have all of that set. And then we're going to get some little droney drones. And hopefully get all of that stuff set here shortly. Again, we're waiting on cash right now. That's our biggest problem. And the builder drones have to go. There's only 4 builder drones that go out from the main place. So it takes a little while for them to... You can see we're transporting that stuff quite a ways. A couple other things we have here in our other buildings. Do we have... Oh, no, we don't have... Okay. I was mistaken. In logistics here... Is it... Where's the labs at? Oh, the research. We're going to unlock another researcher here real soon. We are getting shot up a bit up here, so we're going to try to address that problem with those two. And I think I'm going to just cut these back for now, just so we can spend the money on... Although we have plenty of money. It's not a money issue right now, it's just a issue of time. Alright. So we got all of that stuff. Alright, let's go in here and customize our inputs and outputs. So our inputs are going to be all of this area, and our outputs are going to be that. Now, I think there's a way to copy and paste all this stuff, but I just forget what it is, so I don't have that right now. But what's going to happen now is we can actually start doing research. We're just going to go through and do a couple more things here very quickly. All right, so we have that set up. In our research area here, we're also going to build another area to store stuff. And there is a method to this badness. So our input area now is going to be this storage area. And our output is going to be there. And our only goal for this group is to move all of the crystalite stuff from all the way up there down closer to our research facility. And this last one, what his job is going to be, is to move it from this new storage area to our researcher. Because now what I can do is I can go in and research, let's say, a burst mine. And you can see that it's in there now, and it's the crystalite is in there going through and getting used up. So we are slowly but surely making our way through this. There's still lots and lots and lots to unpack here. We are very early days in what we're doing, or what I hope to do with this game. But it's a fun little reminder here of how we can play some of these types of games. All right, so I'm going to build up some of our defenses here for a few reasons. Mainly when we want to go to decrypt stuff, if we don't have defenses set up that are well designed, basically if they attack us at all or destroy something, we lose the decryption. The decryption moves the game along. Once you get an area decrypted, usually you're going to get some more stuff. Oh, middle click is the copy settings. Okay, so you highlight that and it says left click is the view building info. Middle click is copy its settings. So that's incredibly useful. I like that. So if I go and middle click on that, oh, I can just place more of them. That's fantastic. Okay. See, reading is good. All right, so we have the burst mine now. Let's go with that. You can see that they are interested in our little base here. So we're just going to provide a few more defenses. And we're doing the work here. It's just, again, a little bit of a slow burn. Nothing wrong with that. And this is essentially our core. So I'm going to make sure that we have plenty of stuff kind of set out from that we can defend this area relatively easily. So if they're coming from the south, they have this wall. If they're coming from the north, we now have this wall. And then we just have this area up here. We need to protect the decryption site, which is going to be a little bit of work for us to do, but we'll get there. Let's see. All right, it's doing its job right now. We're using gold, so we're not moving too fast on that front because we don't have that much stuff using the gold. And we're just going to try to build more of these more quickly just to try to get gold flowing into everything much faster. Oh yeah, look at our little defensive area there. So once we get up to that 150, we'll build that last one there. And then all of those are built, and then we just need to build another set of defense around here. The only other thing we need to watch out for is we're at 78 of 100 power. If we go over our power allotment, the entire thing shuts down. So our defenses will not work anymore. It becomes a big problem. The other thing that we would take a look at is as we build these things, if we click on it and take a look at some of the stuff, like our cargo port produces 4 heat. So we're at a level 3 heat, and the more heat you bring into your area, the more bad guys are going to come flying into you. So you can see there's a lot more red dots slowly moving away down, and that's purely because we just have more heat that we're generating, which causes more problems for us. So we just got to kind of go through and get these set. We're doing a good job of researching this, and hopefully here we'll be moving along very shortly. But you can see we're in the process of using the gold to research right now, which is why this keeps getting knocked down. Also, we're spending a lot of gold to get that. From my knowledge, the gold never runs out, so that's good. It just goes on, and you can see that it gives you information. So it says gold research is for mainly for building costs and early game research. If we go over here, it's a mystical substance with many unknown properties, and then our crystalite is a crystal-like resource used mainly in research applications. Fantastic. So all good things to know. We're slowly moving through the research here. Hopefully we'll be done. I think once we get up to 50, it should switch over to the crystalite, I think. I hope. We'll find out. Maybe not. Okay, so it gives you an idea of what we have remaining. So the gold is almost done. We only need another 50 gold or so. And then we have 119 of the crystalite to do. And then we have the builder port that I want to do. And then after that, we are in great shape. But you can see, like, we are maxed out on the crystalite. We've done everything. Up, power's offline. We went over our power allotment, so we're going to get rid of this guy. And we're back up, and you see our guns came back to life there. So it is important to know, like, what your kind of end goals are here. And to manage this, because if you go over, it is bad news bears. The entirety of your, it doesn't like just knock it down a little bit like it does in Ministry, where things are still powered but are just slower or less effective. It shuts them 100% down, which is no fun at all. And you can see now we are making more resources, storing up more stuff, doing all of the things we need to do. I'm going to build a bigger storage area for gold. And let's see if we can design that to be bigger. So finish selection. And I guess once we build something, you can't reassign it, which is fine. So just going to go through and get all of those set, and we'll do the same thing over here. Again, I like to have a big war chest of stuff saved up. I know we don't need this resource long term, but for the beginning of the game, I really like to have that just as a way to do things. And what we might want to do here is just, does this produce any, doesn't take any power. Nope, not that one. This guy, okay. So we have that, we can build that, no problem. And then who is... And so now we have 2 of these going, which is going to increase our research speed quite a bit, hopefully, here. So we're at 91%, and we are absolutely moving through this and doing our job, which is exactly what we want. And you can see our gold is up to 2,000 now. It's getting saved up. It's being used in some place. I don't know where, but... we're saving it up, and that's what I want. All right, so we have that one unlocked now. We have a ranger, which is a new defense. You can see that that shape there is different. Let's go ahead and build a builder port. It's a new drone. I believe that it basically allows you to take these guys and put them into other spots, but I'm not positive about that. We'll find out soon enough. And then we have some other things we need to consider here, but we'll get to that real soon. All right, so these guys are going through, doing the things. I mean, the nice thing is that even though we're doing research, this is staying full. Because we have 4 here, we have 5 of them transporting it back. We're doing a really good job of making sure our resources stay up. And then we take a look at this. If we begin our decryption, it's going to give us a new crafter. So it gives us some new options to do things, which we will talk about. Yeah, let's do it now. Why not? Before I do this, when I go in to begin decryption, what's going to happen here is all of my options to build things are going to go away. We're going to go into basically full screen where we can only see the bad guys coming in. There's going to be a lot of them, and they're going to be bigger ships as well coming in. So let's go ahead and begin. You can see everything goes away. We have to survive for 48 seconds. And you can see that there are lots of bad guys all of a sudden on their way in. We have some different shapes. So we can see like this one's like a buzzsaw. We have this big old guy coming in. And we need to knock all of them out before they hurt us. And we can also click on these. And, well, not right now, but normally when you go in, you can click on them and tell them what to target, either the highest health, the closest target. You have lots of options on how to configure these to do the most damage possible, which is very fun. We have 10 seconds left here. I think we're looking okay. They are very active, and I don't like these big ships coming in, especially on areas where we're a little sparser. There we go. We got it, and apparently we had a bug. I don't know what happened there. But let's go ahead here. We got that one set up. We're just dealing with some of the fallout of all the bad guys that were coming. But now if we go into our research area, you can see we have a new option, which is a basic crafter, which is going to allow us to do some more complex things. But we'll take a look at that next time. So this is a quick introduction to Vectorio, a game I very much am having a good time with. Again, this is not the final version of this game. 0.2 still is not out as of recording this, but I'm having a lot of fun going through and playing with it. So let me know what you think, and I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.